So
you hear the buzzwords CSPs. Well, traditional CSPs right now are they're moving towards what we call a Distributed Access Architecture.
It's about time.
Yeah, and really right now the industry is talking about remote PHY nodes, which mean there's a node zero design. And so traditional HFC plants, you have a node, and then you have RF distribution legs off that with multiple actives, trunk amps, line extenders, whatnot. And you have what a lot of the processing is back at the head end for creating your serving groups, MAC addresses, and back office information. A lot of that is done in the head end. Now with this Distributed Access Architecture, DAA, another acronym that the industry has come up with, and remote PHY, you're going to be looking at, they're going to transition to a true IP TV platform or IP delivery system. In other words, RF in the head end will slowly get phased out. And so you're going to see fiber from what they call a CCAP platform, Converged Cable Access Platform. You'll be leaving the head end on fiber to these nodes, and the nodes are going to become almost serving groups. You're going to have a lot more nodes, so they're going to be pushing, again, some of the processing out into the field. And these remote PHY nodes will be designed with node zero. In other words, their RF distribution will have no actives, no trunks, no line extenders, and straight to the home. So you're going to have a lot more nodes out in the field, but you're going to be collapsing a lot of the actives, which are, as far as maintenance-wise, it's going to be better performance because you're going to be getting rid of all the noise and all those traditional RF problems that you have. You're going to be able to deliver more capacity. One of the other big things, you're going to reduce complexity in the head ends. You're going to be getting rid of, like I said, the traditional RF. So a lot of it will become IP based. And you're going to have greater reach because it's not, there's two ways to deliver information over fiber. One is what they call a linear fiber, and then you have digital fiber. Linear fiber is traditional where you modulate your RF signal and your RF spectrum onto fiber optics. Well, digital fiber is basically packet based. It's Ethernet, for lack of a better word, and so it's not as demanding on the transmitters and demands much power, and you can get a lot longer reach. So those are some of the things that we're going to be seeing. But in the head ends, in the CSPs facilities, over the next few years, you're going to see a tremendous amount of churn. You're going to see all the RF equipment and services being transitioned to the CCAP. So you're going to be seeing some of the old equipment being taken out, some new equipment being brought in, and that's just a whole process of churning. It's going to put demands on.
So what's going to happen with the space in these data centers?
Space, well, it's one of those things where it's going to be a transition. You're going to have, there'll be a period of time where both these platforms are going to be up and running. So as you decommission, it's going to be a real key planning how you migrate your services, your customers over to this new platform, so that you can maximize how you can reclaim space and power in your facilities while bringing in the new technology, the new CCAPs. But out in the field is going to be, again, you're going to be introducing more nodes, which initially is going to require more power, but you're going to be able to decommission some of the older actives and trunk amps.
So basically, this change of architecture, we have space today, so space gonna
regain some space.
Yeah, so space, less space will be required. So if the same capacity is pushed out there, that means that less power would be required as well. But because of the demand and the need for more bandwidth and capacity out there, well, the power will grow with the newer architecture. Okay.
So it'll be more efficient where you'll have more throughput for less power.
Yes.
Right? But you'll have more throughput overall. So you're still going to utilize a lot of power, but with better performance. Yeah.
So these facilities space will be reduced, but it will be taking over power plants, cooling, and more of the...
Well, I think in the end, all this allows us to do is like greatly enhance the capacity of these head ends in the same footprint, right?
Mm-hmm.
So instead of to increase capacity, build new head ends, we can keep increasing the capacity in the same footprint. So it's good.
Do more with the same.
Yeah, it's good for the industry, definitely.
I mean, I guess, yeah, the one thing, the true shift is that you're seeing IP, the delivery of services via IP. That's going to be the real shift. You're not going to see the traditional RF video signal being generated anymore.
Why would they, now that there's no more government, regulating this? That
right,
it has
analog
to be,
is gone, digital is there, but I mean, it's going to be digitized. You're not going to, that RF component is not as efficient. I mean, when we go to a true IP platform delivery of these services, it's going to be so much more efficient, and you're going to see the complexity, again, I reiterate, the complexity in the head end is just going to go down. It's going to be where traditionally we've seen modulators and receivers and edge qualms and all these different things combined to deliver these services. You're just going to see traditional head ends look more and more like data centers. It's just going to be routers, switches, fiber.
Is it worth investing a lot in this direction though, given that 5G is around the corner, right?
Well, I think this is just
An intermediate.
It's just in transition, and this is just how it's growing. But from a data analytic perspective, I mean, having this IP, this digital data, and having access to this in its raw form will make it a lot easier to analyze all of this data, to process it, and to find various patterns to bring more knowledge and insight to the communication service providers so that they can better react to their plant, to their operations, to their business.
Yeah.
So right now you have all these analog systems that are really hard to tap in and to really get some the smarts out of it. Yeah. So going IP is just the future.